The first time I realized I was about to die was when an entire alien throne room went silent because I had just called their queen cute. Not brave, not honorable, not wise. Cute. The word slipped out before my fear could stop it, echoing through a chamber built from black crystal and living light. 20 alien guards tightened their grip on weapons that hummed with enough energy to erase a city. Their 4 eyes widened, their mandibles clicked in horror, and the queen of the Varelian ascendancy tilted her head and smiled. That should have terrified me more than the weapons. But somehow it didn't, because that smile wasn't cruel. It was curious, and in that moment, I knew Earth's fate had just changed forever. But that was only the beginning. I wasn't supposed to be there. I was just a human linguistics specialist, dragged off a dying Earth to serve as a translator aboard an alien flagship the size of Manhattan. The Varelians had arrived without warning 3 months earlier, blotting out the sky with living ships that pulsed like hearts. No invasion, no demands, just an announcement broadcast into every human mind at once. We will evaluate you. No one knew what that meant. But cities emptied overnight as people waited for judgment they didn't understand. I was selected because I spoke 12 human languages and had a talent for pattern recognition. Apparently, that was enough for the aliens to decide I might understand theirs. I didn't. Not really. Varelian speech wasn't just sound. It was emotion layered with mathematics, expressed through light patterns rippling across their skin. Translating it felt like trying to describe music to someone who had never heard sound. Still I tried, because failure meant extinction. And that's how I ended up standing alone before their queen, knees shaking, heart pounding so hard I thought they might hear it. She sat on a throne grown from living crystal, her form tall and elegant, her skin shifting through soft hues of violet and gold. Her eyes, too many to be comforting, studied me with terrifying intensity. She was ancient, powerful, a being who had ended civilizations before humans had invented fire. And I called her cute. The guards moved instantly. Blades of light snapped into existence. The air screamed as weapons charged. I felt my body lock up, every survival instinct firing at once. This was it. Humanity erased by one stupid, accidental word. But then the queen raised a single slender hand. Stop! The guards froze. Silence swallowed the room again, thick enough to choke on. The queen leaned forward, her expression amused. Explain, she said. Her voice translated directly into my mind, warm and dangerous at the same time. My mouth went dry. I was trying to describe your expression. In my culture, cute means unexpectedly charming. A lie. A desperate one. Her colors shifted, ripples of soft pink I hadn't seen before. Unexpected, she repeated. That word pleases me. The guards exchanged uneasy glances, and then she laughed, a sound like glass chimes breaking and reforming. What I saw next changed everything. Her name, I learned later, was Seraphel. Queen Seraphel, last sovereign of a species that had survived the collapse of galaxies. She ruled not through brute force alone, but through something far more dangerous, curiosity. She dismissed the guards and ordered me closer. Every step felt like walking toward a star. Humans, she said, circling me slowly, fear us. Yet you spoke without calculation. I didn't mean to, I admitted. That, she replied, is why you did. I should have been relieved. Instead, dread settled deeper in my chest. Because curiosity from a being like her wasn't kindness. It was scrutiny. From that day on, I became her assigned human liaison. I ate in chambers overlooking alien nebulae. I slept in rooms that adjusted gravity to my breathing. I answered endless questions about human emotion, humor, love, fear. She was fascinated by contradictions. You destroy your own planet, she observed once, watching footage of Earth's polluted oceans. Yet you write poems about protecting it. We're complicated, I said quietly. She looked at me for a long time. So are we, but we pretend otherwise. But that was only the beginning. As days passed, I noticed something unsettling. The Varelians weren't just observing Earth. They were measuring it, running simulations, calculating probabilities. I glimpsed projections, showing human cities flickering between survival and annihilation. One night, I confronted Seraphel. You're deciding whether we live, I said. Aren't you? Her gaze didn't waver. We are deciding whether you should. Anger flared in me, hot and reckless. And what gives you that right? She stepped closer, towering over me. We once spared a species like yours. They spread, consumed, collapsed 3 systems. Mercy can be genocide by delay. Her logic was flawless, cold, alien. And yet she hesitated. Why keep me alive, then? I asked. Why talk to me at all? She studied my face. Because you called me cute. I laughed despite myself. A broken, disbelieving sound. That's it. No, she corrected softly. Because you saw me as something other than inevitable. None of us were prepared for the truth. The turning point came halfway through my assignment. I discovered a restricted chamber beneath the flagship, a forbidden experiment humming with unimaginable power. At its center floated a miniature star, contained by fields of alien design. A weapon, one that could sterilize Earth in seconds. When I confronted Seraphel, something finally cracked in her composure. Yes, she admitted. We are prepared to end your species. Then why haven't you? I demanded. Her colors darkened. Because I am uncertain. And uncertainty is dangerous for a queen. That was when I realized the truth. This wasn't a trial of humanity. It was a trial of her. The Varelian Council wanted Earth destroyed. Seraphel's hesitation had made her a liability. If she failed to decide, they would remove her and activate the weapon themselves. I wasn't her prisoner. I was her excuse, and that changed everything. The emotional low point came when I made my choice. I told her she couldn't save us. Not by ruling alone, I said. You're trying to be perfect. That's not leadership, that's fear. Her eyes burned. Careful, human. You asked what makes us human, I continued. It's choosing even when the choice hurts. Especially then. She turned away, her light flickering wildly. For the first time, she looked young. If I spare Earth, she whispered, my own people may overthrow me. Then you'll know how it feels, I said, voice breaking. To risk everything for someone fragile. She faced me again, and smiled, not amused this time. Determined. The final confrontation wasn't loud. It was quiet. Seraphel stood before the council, her voice steady as she declared Earth under her protection. Gasps echoed. Threats followed. Orders were given. She raised her hand and deactivated the weapon herself. In doing so, she abdicated absolute authority. Civil war rippled through the fleet. Ships fled. Others followed her. Earth survived, not because it was innocent, but because someone powerful chose compassion over certainty. As the Varelian fleet withdrew, Seraphel met me one last time. You changed us, she said. I just told the truth, I replied. She leaned down, close enough that her light warmed my face. Truth is the most dangerous thing in the universe. She returned me to Earth personally. As I watched her ship vanish into the stars, I realized something that still haunts me. The universe didn't spare us because we were strong. It spared us because one alien queen liked being called cute. And sometimes, that's enough to save a world.